Well, hello there. This is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. Guys, I'm so excited to see you today. Today in the studio, we are going to make a Mountain Dew soda, like root beer float soap. Listen, we got the Mountain Dew fragrance and all. I hope you guys are very excited. This is our green mica that we'll be using. Wait a minute. Before we get into all of that, I want you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And guys, listen, if you want the printed PDF version of what we are doing, go to the Patreon. That is in the description box as well. Okay, so you're going to need a hand mixer. I'm going to give you guys the total recipe, the complete recipe. We're going to be making some ice cream scoops, so you can use this as a piping recipe as well. All right, so I'm going to give it to you guys, and hopefully you got your pen and your paper ready, because I'm about to give it to you right now. Okay, so we got 10 ounces of olive oil, 15 ounces of canola oil, or you can do 25 ounces of canola oil. You don't have to do olive oil. You can definitely swap it out. The reason why I say that is because some people cannot afford the price of olive oil. Olive oil is very expensive right now, and I say that all the time on this channel. We got 1 ounce of sunflower oil or 1 ounce of castor oil. So the castor oil will give you the bubbles, okay? So that's the part about the castor oil that we like. Shea butter, 3 ounces. You don't have to use shea butter. You can substitute that for more coconut oil. But if you want to use shea butter, I'm using shea butter. That's 3 ounces. Then we got palm oil, aka vegetable shortening. So you can go to the supermarket and get, you remember it used to be Crisco, but you can get the Walmart brand and this vegetable shortening. You got 7 ounces of that. So we got 3 ounces of shea butter, 7 ounces of palm oil or vegetable shortening, and then we got 10 ounces of coconut oil. We got 7.8 ounces of lye, and then we got 7.45 ounces of distilled water. Okay, all right, so this is going to be our piping recipe, and it's also going to be our ice cream scoops, or you can pipe with it. It works for either or. It gets rock solid, so you don't have to worry about it falling off and stuff like that. Definitely gets solid, so you can use it for both recipes. Now, you need to get on Wholesale Supplies Plus, and you need to convert this recipe over to percentages. That way you can make a percentage of everything you need. So if you want to do a 2-pound mold, because this is for a 5-pound mold, if you want to do a 2-pound mold, then you break it down to percentages and whatever. It's all on Wholesale Supplies Plus website. So I poured everything in here, my oils and everything, and I'm just basically stick blending, bringing it to a light trace. It don't need to be a very heavy trace, but I want to bring it to a light trace. Now, I want to tell you guys, this Mountain Dew fragrance behaves extremely well. You won't have no acceleration, and you won't have a soap turning brown. If you guys are just joining me and you just learning how to make soap, listen, if you go and get your own fragrance and you don't use the fragrance that I suggest you to use, you might have a vanillin fragrance. So what I mean by that is that fragrance may turn the whole soap brown. So there's a such thing as vanilla color stabilizer. That has always worked for me. I get mine from a company. I put that in my Patreon because I don't share the company, because if I share it on YouTube and stuff like that, I won't be able to get it for such a cheap price, because I get it really cheap. And also, just the vendors and stuff, all that stuff is in the Patreon. And also we have our soap club meeting every single month, guys. So you want to make sure you join us. It's every single month. That soap club meeting is so important, and it's free. So you can come and join the Patreon, and you will get a link to the Zoom, and we will talk. And if you've been having issues with your soaps, we could talk about that there as well, okay? So I separated this into two batches, guys. In the beginning, I was showing you all my stuff, but I was so busy talking that I couldn't tell you. But these 2 containers, I ended up just getting these from Walmart because they were so simple. I had some containers from Dollar Tree, but they were way too tall. These little pouring things that I usually get from Dollar Tree, they have not been available. I got to go somewhere else to find them, like out of town. But yeah, so this will work for now. They good. Everything you can't put soap in. It has to be approved for a lye. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these 2 containers, and one of them I am going to put green mica in. But before we add that, let's go ahead and add our fragrance. Now, fragrance is usually 3% of the whole batch. I believe I'm using about 3 ounces of fragrance, but you can go up to 4 ounces if you want to. It's a 5 pound. I went as far as like 1 pound, 1 ounce per pound in soap in the past, and it was fine. No issues. Everybody love it. So you could, I mean, it's totally up to you, but I just used 3 ounces. I didn't want it. This fragrance is really potent. It's very strong. So you don't need like to go crazy. Like cotton candy, yes, I'm going to increase. I'm definitely going to increase. But this fragrance, it definitely smells like Mountain Dew. It smells exactly like it. So you want to go ahead and mix it in. And now I'm going to add some green mica. Now I don't go crazy with mica, but I knew that I would be mixing this mica with the cream portion of the soap, so it wouldn't dye, a washcloth. So I knew it would be fine. So I'm using this green mica. Listen, guys, you can use any green that you want to use. I got this mica from Brambleberry. I actually get a lot of colors from Brambleberry because they always have colors on sale. I just got like a bubblegum color, which is very beautiful, a few days ago, and it was on sale for like $2.99. So I found a lot of mica on their website for like $2.99, and I believe they having a winter sale where they have some micas marked down. So that's for me. I always try to find companies that put their mica on sale and buy it from them. So I have a lot of mica. So we're just going to mix this green. And this green is actually going to give us our Mountain Dew color. Okay, so that's, Mountain Dew is green. So we're going to mix this the best that we can. And now we get our soap mold ready, okay? So this is my 5 pound mold. I told you guys in my last video how to get soap molds. If you guys need help with that, just hit me up in the Patreon, send me a message, and I'll help you get a mold, okay? Because you definitely need a good one. Them 2 pound molds is good, but listen, when you start selling soap, baby, that 2 pound ain't gonna work because it's only gonna give you a few bars. So I don't really use those 2 pound molds except for Amazon. People buy my soap up. They buy it up. I'll go to a pop-up shop with $500 worth of soap, and the people will be buying mostly soap the whole time. $1,000 worth of soap. Like I literally make a lot at a time. Cold process is so much easier to make than hot process, but sometimes I make hot process if I'm in a rush. All right, so I'm just basically mixing this up with, this is not a wire hanger. What is the name of this thing? Hold on. A gear tie. Okay, it's a gear tie. You can get gear ties from Walmart. This is a small one, but they have larger ones, and they're only like $5 to $10, and they bend. So that means that you change your mold or you change the shape you want to use, they're bendable. And also you could just wash them and, keep them for a while. So I'm just basically pouring these colors and layering them out. And then I'm going to use my gear tie a little bit more. And this is just giving me the swirls. Okay, so I'm just going down and under, over and under. Now I'm banging on it to make sure I don't get a bunch of air holes. So now I'm mixing my lye with my butters, and this is making my whipped. Okay, so this is for the ice cream portion. So I'm doing like a heat transfer method, whereas though you mix your lye water in with your butters and you melt the butters completely. And then after you melt the butters completely, you're going to add your oils to it, okay? And then you're going to mix all of that together, and so on and so forth. So the heat transfer method helps to keep everything the same temperature, whereas though, you don't have your soap too hot and stuff like that. I like the heat transfer method because I don't have to wait. There's the oils. I ain't even mixed them in yet. That's the oils, okay? So the oils, the butters go first and then the oil. And then you use your stick blender and bring it to a very light trace. And of course, add your fragrance the same. I don't really like the pipe in the soap idea because it takes way too long. But listen, I gotta tell y'all what I'm doing. So I'm cutting this in half because a lot of my people do not like the dessert style soap. They rather have a regular soap, especially my family. They're not even interested in the dessert style soap. So I cut it in half because half of it will be regular bars, and you guys gonna see that in the end. And then the other half of it is going to be the root beer / float, Mountain Dew float. You guys get it, all right? So this right here is where we're going to pile our ice cream on, okay? So now you need to wait until this is really thick. So I left mine out for over an hour. I hand mixed it with the the immersion blender just to thicken it up a little more. and I waited until it was like scoopable. And it could have waited a little bit longer. But, I was just a little impatient. I was like, it's taking too long. But as you can see, it stayed in place. So as long as it stay in place, it's fine. So you want to go ahead and just take those ice cream scoops and just put it on top of the loaf of soap. I know it look crazy right now, but it's all going to make sense. I promise you, boo-boo. It will make sense. So just keep putting it in every space, okay? And pile all of it up there. So I believe right here, I probably had about 5 pounds for the ice cream scoop if I was to make it into a whole entire loaf. But for this half a loaf, it was about 2 pounds. So I used about 2 pounds and I had just enough. Like, meaning that if I had a little bit more, then I would just be short. I would not have enough. All right. So the best thing for you to do is, if you want to make this soap, you want to make the recipe twice. Okay, so for the soap, you're going to need about 5 pounds for the base, and then you're going to need about 5 pounds for the ice cream portion. So what you're going to do is just go ahead and keep putting it up there, and then you're just going to clean it up. So everything that's falling over on the sides, you're going to take your spatula and just kind of pick it up, and then you're going to put it together, and also you're going to turn that into a scoop, okay? So now I'm finished. I'm just putting my straws in there, cutting my straws even because, of course, I solidified the bottom so it wasn't able to just, go straight through. So I'm just basically just putting it on the side, making it short, just giving the appearance of it being a long, full straw, but it's just really 2 straws that I cut up. And you're going to put that in there, and that's just basically making it look like a real ice cream float, okay? Listen, when this soap was finished, I was like, oh my God, I did not know it was going to come out so pretty. I was happy with my results. And guess what, y'all? The top solidified so well. So you don't have to worry about this piping recipe not working. Listen, this is your new piping recipe if you want a guaranteed sure recipe. All right? All right.